feel good. Na 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 na. I knew that I would now. And when do we feel good? Does it have something to do with our self-esteem and self-confidence? If you feel good about yourself, you like who you are, you respect yourself, is it possible that life becomes a little bit more fun? You do more things, you achieve more things because you believe that you can because you've got a high self-esteem. Nice package, huh? So why do we have low self-esteem? How does that happen? And I'm standing by so we call him Samuel the Seeder, very old-fashioned farming piece of equipment. But I like looking at him on a daily basis. I can see him outside my kitchen window because he reminds me of what happens if there's a seed of doubt. If you're surrounded by people who keep placing seeds of doubt into your brain about what you can and can't do, what you're capable of, if you've got people telling you that you're not a good person or that you can't do something or they're not treating you respectfully, if that's your inner circle, that seed of doubt, is it possible that will grow and keep growing and keep growing? The people that we invest time with, waste time with, spend time with, and there's three very different. You can spend time with somebody that have no effect on you. You can waste time with people who have a serious negative effect on you, or you can invest time with people that, regardless of how much what's going on inside your brain, they change your brain because they give you different things to think about. They plant different seeds inside your brain. And that's why, for me, it's so incredibly dangerous to waste time with negative people. Now, I get we all have to. There's always going to be somebody in our life who's negative. But in your inner circle, why would you have somebody who plants seeds of negativity, seeds of doubt? You can't do it, it's not possible, you're not good enough. And what does that even mean, you're not good enough? Everything that's ever been achieved was once considered impossible. Everybody that's done something was probably told you can't do it, it's not possible for you, but they've gone and done it anyway. So should we be really careful about the seeds of doubt that could be planted inside our own head from other people? But what about what we put into our own brain? Which is why, for me, the radio is a very dangerous piece of equipment. Because it's negative, or it might not be negative, but it's other people's opinions that will affect my brain. So if I spend a lot of time listening to the radio, it's going to become part of my inner circle, which means whatever's happening on the radio, and one of those things is that I'm not choosing my music. The DJ on the radio is choosing the music, and what if the words are negative? And there's plenty of songs with really negative words. You might not even be listening to them, but your subconscious brain picks them up. One of the reasons that I will refuse to waste time watching the news, because the news is designed to be negative. In their defence, if the news is positive, nobody's going to watch it because it's boring. So the news has to be negative. They have to put a negative slant on everything. They have to make it dramatic. They have to make it traumatic. They have to use big, horrible words to make people feel scared or angry or confused, because otherwise people wouldn't watch the news. Well, I'm not going to put that into my life. How about you? I'm not going to put negative things into my life because it could plant negative seeds. Now, the people that come into my life that try and do that are not in my inner circle, there's two things you can do. You can block your ears and not listen. Or you can get a stronger, tougher, wiser, better because of those people. Because they give you an example of what you don't want to be. If you have a look at their life, they're usually miserable, grumpy people who have a terrible life, which is great. I don't want to have that, so let's not even go there. And the most important thing is you have to spend the most time you spend is with you. So when people say to me, I don't know, it's one of those odd things that comes into my head, I don't know why I'm overweight, or I don't know why I've put on weight. Well, nobody sneaks into your house at night and forces you to eat food while you're asleep. Everything we've ever eaten, every place we've ever been, everything we've ever done, we are there. We're always there. So we can blame our external influences. We can blame the people in our inner circle. We can blame other people. That's pretty easy. And yes, they will have an effect. But if I'm tough and strong and I get tougher and stronger, better and wiser because of everything that happens to me, then I have to take responsibility for my life. And isn't that awesome? You can be in full control of your life, not let other people control your life. So don't let people put seeds of doubt into your life. If you want a strong self-esteem, which means you believe in yourself, and there's a really interesting one, because a lot of people say to me, when I believe in myself, I'll go and do it. Could it be the opposite? When you've done it, you can now believe that you can do it because you've done it. And I always use the example because I have run quite a few marathons, 42.2 kilometres. I didn't think I could do it. I didn't believe I could run a marathon. But when I did it, I knew that I could because I did. So could it be a matter of Go do, and that will create your self-esteem rather than listen to other people telling you that you can't do, and then you have a low self-esteem because you're letting other people affect your headspace. You're letting other people plant seeds of doubt into your head. Be the person who's really proud of who you are every day, and that's my favourite personal quote. Love who you are, respect who you are, and be excited about who you are becoming. And you get to choose that. Don't let the radio, the news, the government, your next door neighbour, your negative friends in your life. Don't have negative friends. They're not a friend if they're negative. Invest time with the people who add value to your life. They force you to grow. They force you to get better. They force you to think bigger. And they force you to say, well, and if you've got me in your life, you'll know this. I refuse to listen to the word can't. I always replace it with how can I? How can I achieve this rather than I can't? And if you are achieving, is it possible that you will then be believing and you'll have a high self-esteem? So rather than waiting to improve your self-esteem, how about do the stuff that you want to do and then you'll have a high self-esteem because you've bloody done it. How good will that be? Super duper doo, how are you? Then you can sing that song like I do every bloody day because it's awesome. I feel good. Woohoo!